What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Driver's Apex. My name is Thomas Donahue, and if you have had the pleasure of trying to find an inner hinge for your sport seats for the E30, my gosh, what an exhausting process. I did find one. Also ordered a cable for the seat release mechanism, so let's get this stuff done. And we might as well vacuum the car. It'd be a really interesting time to just pull all the carpet out, everything, and then just work on dynamatting. Whew, I'm tired. Yeah, so what I like to do is just put these back. It's one less thing to lose. Looks like I need one more wave washer. I'm sure I can source one. Just put these back so we don't lose parts. That's the last thing we want to do. And then I want to come up with a better method for holding these down instead of using the typical or traditional anchor. They're around here somewhere, but you guys know what I mean, right? Where you just screws into the carpet. Let's see if I can find one of them. Yep, here we go. So the goal is to move away from this. These are annoying. Do something more like the M3. All right, like I said, I haven't done this in a minute, so work with me. Have a little bit of patience, but we will get this done, I guarantee it. Remove this. This should just pull out. There we go. There's two Phillips head screws here. Let's get those off. I'll try to use something like this. This might work just because it's such a tight space in there. All right. Yep. Yeah, so the way it looks like maybe up and then pops out. If you look, this lifts straight up. We got to do it without damaging anything. There we go. So pop out, and it should come up. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now, I can't remember what I did from here. So there's our bracket, our broken hinge. Well, shit. Yeah, there it is. These you can still find pretty easy. This hinge here is not difficult to find at all. That's giving me a headache. Oh, nice. Yeah, so this cable's broken as well. Okay. Yeah, so the cable goes through here, into here, to here. That's why the reclining function is not working anymore. Is because of this. It can't work because it's broken. And I bet you it's broken because of that bracket. So let's do this. Let's take this off. Yeah, that's right. I put a new one on a long time ago. So let's take this off, and then we'll take the other one off, and this should slide up, and then we can remove these. All right, so there's two things here. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. So this will get pried up, and then we just need to remove this as well. All right, so we've got somewhat decent snap ring pliers. Okay, so that should make that a little bit easier. There we go. As you can see, it's got like that plastic piece there. That's what holds it in place. Thankfully, I'm filming this so I can remember it later, because it's probably going to take a little bit to get this done. There we go. That's how it's done. There we go. There we go. And that's the famous bracket piece that breaks for everybody. So this here needs to come out, and it's already chipped here, but we're gonna lift from here gently and then pop out, and then it'll slide out. Okay, so this one's separated, and I want to get this wire separated. The easiest thing to do, this is gonna be on camera for me, so it's just depin it. So just lightly take a screwdriver and just push. Okay, so those are separated now. And this, there's like a wire here. So we can disconnect this one as well, because I don't want to damage the seat belt. Not to cut the wire. Okay, so this now should slide out. All right, updates. Just got this back. We threw some weld in there. Let's see if we can see that a little bit better. So that should do. That I'm excited about. We'll have a new cord, should be in the mailbox. So yeah, we're ready to go. And it only shows on that side, doesn't show the inner. Let's give that let's tighten that down actually with okay. All right, so that's done. Just getting it to slide over it on top. All right, so then I bought new screws because I only had one, of course, right? With the bracket broken, so stuff probably got like sucked up in the vacuum cleaner or something like that. Not sure. New hardware. Yep, there's one started. All right, so here's the next part, and finally I got this part. Oop, I dropped the screw. Imagine that. And I don't want to drive over it. Oh, there it is. Good, I found it. So the seat lever, right? This doesn't work because it was broken. I tried to mend it. It doesn't work. Even it's a good idea, right, to try to use this, but it doesn't simply work. So what I need to do is I need to just replace the entire unit. Now, that could be easier said than done. We shall see. But I am tired of the seat not functioning the way that it should be. So my goal is to get this taken care of ASAP, because it's kind of annoying. I think. We'll see. closer. Now we're just to here. Now it's just trying to get this slack fixed as much as possible. I'm gonna snake this onto here. Let's go ahead and pull these couple tabs so I can see a little bit better. Now, the hard part is because I can't see very well in there. Now, there's not a lot of room in there. The last thing I want to do is break the cord in here. Let's pull this one off too. It's easier when you pull some of this leather back. Okay, there's like a little side outlet here, I think, that will make it easier to get onto the wheel, like that. Okay, so now this is gonna get pushed through here. We'll tighten that up in a minute. Actually, let's see if we can. There we go. So now that's snapped in. This I can now more easily follow. See, you've got to have this removed so that you can a little bit more easily thread that in. And here's the trick. I had to bend this to get it off. I'm going to bend it again to get it on here. Just use my leg. Get it on like that. So that's really the key. So where'd I put the other one at? Oh, here it is. So what I did was I just bent this rod and then I was able to pull it out. And then with this new one, because it's pretty pliable, you can straighten it back out. So now this should be good to go. Yeah, see, now these both work in unison. And is that the way? I think so. We'll figure it out. We can fine tune this piece here. So now what we have to do is put this back on, because there's not a whole lot we can do until put this back on, because these are going to mount to these tabs over here. So we've got to get that back on. And then these just go on here. That's a little short right now, and let's see here. Probably because I need to get on the track. How did that happen? Oh, okay, I see how it happened. This has to slide back over. This is tricky. I don't like it. pry this up a little bit so I can snake that back behind. You guys will understand once you start the project. But yeah, getting onto this wheel is not easy, especially with this fabric here. Can you hold this fabric on the back side? Just pull it back. Because what I'm trying to do is thread this onto the pulley, which is not easy. There's no way they wanted me to run it straight through. Trying to see if there's a way to pull it over. Not a fun job. I wouldn't say it's necessarily difficult, it just kind of sucks. We don't want to snap the cord because this is all for nothing. See what I'm struggling with? Trying to get the wire into the pulley. And I don't think you would run this cord in. I don't think it would fit. So I think it's just a matter of just finagling it in there carefully without breaking or bending anything. Try to bend up a little bit. It's definitely, I'd say, a two-person job for these couple parts. Make it a flashlight. That's really stupid design.
You may pause the video.
What I'm running into is just sliding the cord onto the pulley. That's the most difficult part of this process. The problem, there are no videos online because probably no one's wanted to mess with this. Once I can get it onto the pulley, then we're in business. The problem is seeing. That's the main problem. I just don't think you take this cord and thread it through there don't think so. I mean, I got that pretty well flattened out now, actually. Let's do this. Let's stand the seat up. Especially don't want to damage that damn 3. Now let's take a look here. All I'm doing is collapsing the handle so that I have, if you look over here, so when I collapse the handle, then I've got room here. And then we should. It sucks that it didn't catch it on camera, that last part. That's usually the way it goes, is when I'm using my iPhone, I burn through battery so fast that I no longer have battery. So what I do is I want to hook this part up here. And then once this is connected, then we can 100% check. This is new hardware here as well. So all we're doing is taking these like screws here and putting them in here. Yeah, I have no idea how to get that out, because I would imagine that's the serviceable piece that needs to be removed. Because if you need to replace this one, how do you replace that one? Or how do you get all up in here? I have no idea. But I think we've now got the tilt function straightened up, which is good. What's nice is we tighten here, it collapses. It gives us a tiny bit more slack that we need. All right, so now the seat's back together. Look at that.
Whoa!
Now it works. And then these just slide in. There is not a video on that I have seen. I looked and looked and looked and looked.
Look at you, trendsetter.
But now there is a, see, look, pull, here, click, see, watch, nothing, pull, done. So I think the key is just bending this piece, and then here, because we didn't capture this on video, but it's this plate right here, it's prying up enough, and what happens is when you pry it up enough, it starts to come to the top here, then you can pull it over, you'll hear it click in, and then you just, what I did was I just took a screwdriver and popped it right back in, and then it was done.
And you put it on the pulley, right?
Yeah, so it's got to go on the pulley, right? So if it's, you see, take a look at the pulley.
Yep. Okay.
So if it's not on the pulley,
yes.
it won't work. So it's got to go on the pulley.
Okay.
So now it's fixed.
Wow.
Yeah, so guys, I think the key is just bending this one, getting it out, putting the new one in, maybe not this extreme, and then using some pliers. And look, that looks pretty close to factory.
Good work, babe.
Yep, so it's done. So I don't think you guys need to see the rest. All I'm gonna do is just put the covers back on, put this back on, we'll put the seat back on, and then we'll throw it back in. We're done.